Hey everybody, it's Rod from Civil Advantage Firearms Training here with you today. And the first question that's running through your mind is, wow, why is Rod dressed like that? So today we're going to talk about tactical gear on the cheap. Why am I dressed like this? Well, this is the type of gear that you are going to wear if you're going to train. If you're going to learn more about firearms, train with firearms in a combat pistol, combat rifle type context. You can't train effectively unless you have gear. So during this video, I'm going to tell you everything that I'm wearing. I'm going to tell you how much I paid for it. I'm going to tell you where I got it. The people that have provided me with great service, so that you can get kitted up for the bottom dollar humanly possible. So in any case, let's start with the tactical vest. So the tactical vest here is what I would call a civilian level tactical vest. If I was a professional, I'd be spending $150 on a vest like this. This vest I paid $30. Now you got to watch the websites, and I'll tell you, where and who they are. You got to watch them for sales and this and that and the other thing. But sometimes you can get some great deals, and when you get some great deals, even consider buying two when you can. So these vests have come up a little bit. But I got this vest for $30, and where I got it was outdoorbunker.com. Their service has been excellent. I think they're in Minnesota or North Dakota or someplace, but excellent people to deal with. I've had nothing but positive experience. Their pricing's great, and their service is excellent. So they've dealt really great with me, being a Canadian as well. So tactical vest. This vest, in comparison to real gear, if you want to call it that, this vest has the same layout as a vest worth far much more money. It has places for my AR mags, it has places for my pistol mags. I got a pair of binoculars in here. It's fully adjustable. It's everything that a regular, more expensive vest is, except it's just not going to last as long. So if you're a professional and you're looking at this video and it's like, oh, look at that cheap Chinese-made vest, this is all we need. We're not wearing this stuff every day. So just won't last as long. Remember that. So the vest, $30. The combat uniform that I'm wearing is what you would call an ACU. The pattern is called Subdued Urban Digital. It was developed by the U.S. Marine Corps, although they really didn't use it a lot. Some police departments use it. It's an excellent pattern for urban type operations. But the reason why I have it is I just find it a little bit more, as the name would suggest, subdued, right? So it's not as much of an aggressive pattern that when people see in it, be wondering what are there zombies running around or whatnot? Yeah, it's just a little bit more subdued and a little easier on the eye. So the combat uniform, I get all that type of stuff from BDU.com. Great people again. Their service is excellent. The prices are good. So very happy with dealing with them. So the jacket itself is $40, and the pants are $40. Again, I will give you guys the inside track. They used to be a little bit less expensive, and the price has come up a little. So do consider, when you're buying stuff, buying a little bit for the future, just in case. So I think what I'm wearing I got for under $70. But those two pieces together, $80. What I do have is a boonie hat as well. Even though this all looks really great and aggressive, this is a little bit over the top for me. But if I was outside taking a pistol or rifle course, I would wear this. So you can get the matching hats. They're about $15. Again, BDU.com. Works great. What do we got next? Okay, so gloves. You know what? Any gloves are good. What I will say about gloves is I was very reluctant to wear gloves originally. I always, thought, okay, well, they're going to cause me to have a problem with the firearm or a problem moving around. But yet, you know what? The guys that do this stuff for a living all wear gloves. So I started wearing gloves, and I found that I enjoy using firearms and training with gloves more than I enjoy barehanded now, because the gloves actually have there's some friction there, so that I have a real positive grip on everything. So the gloves, you can use any gloves. I'm using these because they're black. You can use work gloves if you want to. So gloves are optional. Next thing, what else have we got on the list here? Boots. Now the couple of things that I advise guys to spend money on, to spend a little bit more budget on, are boots and a holster. Okay, so the boots and holster we're going to talk about. This is a Blackhawk level 3, as they call it. I think it's level 2, but we talked about that in a previous video. Blackhawk level 3 holster, drop leg holster. product's amazing. Blackhawk is awesome, and you know what? The pricing is good too. So I'm a big Blackhawk advocate, but spend the money on a holster because holsters can be dangerous. You can get some really flimsy, inexpensive holsters out there, but you know what? You're kind of taking a chance because they're not made specifically for your gun. Some of them are passive retention, which means your gun can fall out. This is active retention. And you know what? You never want to have a holster or anything that has a potential of actually pulling the trigger on the firearm because it's not made specifically for your gun. So that's why I'm a big advocate of spending a little bit more money on the holster. So this holster cost me about $125. You can get them a little bit less expensive now, but guys, spend the money on the holster. Boots, I'm not going to throw my leg up or, again, do any tactical maneuvers. You know, I'm a little old, my back will probably pop out. But in any case, the boots, always spend money on boots. If you're gonna take any kind of training, you're gonna be standing there all day. A lot of times it's hot, and you gotta have comfortable feet. So I have 511 Tacticals on. I'm really happy with that boot. There's lots of great boot makers out there. But don't forget, my one tip on that is don't forget that they come in wide sizes. So if you got a wide foot, I wear a 10.5 wide. 10.5 regular actually squeezes my foot and makes it really uncomfortable. So don't forget, you do have that option. So if you got wide feet, be sure to order your boots with wide. Knee pads, got some knee pads on. I recommend that you always have knee pads on, especially if you're going to do, again, kind of a tactical rifle or combat rifle course or pistol. You're going to be dropping to a knee. You're going to be dropping a knee on gravel, on pavement. You know, God knows what, and you only get one set of knees. So knee pads, $25 even for Blackhawk. So it's a great investment. So at the end of the day, what I'm here to tell you is everything that I'm wearing, minus the, all the firearms, but everything that I'm wearing is about $375. That's right. So $375, buying from some of the people that I told you about, buying from whoever you can, and you can be kitted up like this. Again, not going to last forever, but as a civilian, just get out, get the gear, and get training. And you can now replace all of these different aspects of your kit with better stuff, when the time comes, when you can afford it. So the only other thing I'll tell you about real quick before I wrap it up is slinging your AR. So you can use a single point sling. I recommend a Tapco single point sling. They're great slings. I'm gonna put a little note up, a little video note about single point slings, but what I do is I tether it to the tactical vest. And the tether in this case was one of the slings that I had, an extra sling. So again, you don't have to break the bank, but make sure you got the gear and make sure you train hard. One last comment on training. As a civilian, why do we wear all this stuff and go to combat rifle and pistol training? And it's a real important question, but I would answer it by saying if you stand on the line at the range and you shoot a gun, you may very well get reasonably accurate with that gun, but you're not getting real world experience. And what I mean by that is when you are taking a combat rifle or combat pistol course and you're running around with the firearm and you're moving through barricades and you're team shooting, your safety practices, your trigger discipline, and your muzzle direction discipline, all of these aspects of your safe operation of firearms become very highly tuned and they become very advanced. And what happens is, as a result, you pick up some great skills and you become a far more safe shooter. So that's why I recommend this type of training. If you have any questions, feel free to put something down in the comments section. I'm sure some other people will lend some wisdom as well. But other than that, thanks for coming by. You can find us on the web at www.civiladvantage.com, and we'll see you soon.